From Howitt Middle School, Division I lacrosse returns to the heart of Farmingdale. Number 19, Penn, they make the trip from Philly to take on the Gorillas of UMass. It's the regular season finale for both in the Dalers Lacrosse Classic, live on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside my regular broadcast partner, Brian Soper, and we're honored to have Greg Cannella, the legendary former head coach of UMass. He's a guy who recruited this guy to go to UMass back once upon a time a couple of years ago. But guys, listen, this is an outstanding event. We've been part of it. We've been fortunate the last couple of years. It's two teams that have very clear styles of play. A lot of similarities in terms of just their storylines, right? Where it's a first-year head coach for both, two teams that are trying to make sure this isn't their final game of the year. And what a great venue this is here at Howitt Middle School, Brian.
It's unbelievable, right? Both teams 3-3 in conference play. Both bring a similar style, just toughness, energy, just relentless, get after the ball type of lacrosse. It's going to be great atmosphere here Friday night, and both teams going to be a little scoreboard watching, but they're going to get after it today. Both wanted to end the regular season with a W.
Greg, a few years ago, you were part of the very first one of these Daler Lacrosse Classics, where it was your UMass Minutemen taking on Rutgers. What kind of experience was that like for you and your program, and how much are these two teams kind of soaking this all in, being in one of the hotbeds of lacrosse?
Yeah, well, they should be soaking it in. It's a great venue. It's going to be a great crowd tonight. We have great weather. Paul Defendini and Dennis Kelly and the staff here at Farmingdale do such a great job putting this event on. And for us, coming down here to play Rutgers, it was a neutral site game. It was really a great experience for us. And the game was a great game, so we hope we have a great one tonight as well.
As we said in the very beginning, these are two teams that have playoff aspirations, and there's a lot of permutations, right? And you got to bring math into the equation. This is way too much for us to handle in the booth, so we need to bring in the smartest member of our broadcast team. We welcome in the fourth member of our broadcast team, Thomas Gamba, to break down all of those playoff implications for both of these teams.
Thanks, guys. This is a big weekend for both UMass and Penn, because this weekend will determine if both squads get into the playoffs in their conference tournament. Let's start with the Minutemen of UMass. Their playoff berth is completely dependent on the result of Delaware and St. Joe's, which is happening right as we speak. At halftime, St. Joe's was leading Delaware 10-4, which is big. Here's why. If Delaware wins that game, UMass is in, but the Minutemen can still get in if St. Joe's gets the win. This is what would need to happen. Delaware would need to lose by 6 or less goals, and they would need to score at least 6 goals, because goal differential comes into the implications. And if that happens, the Minutemen will make the A-10 tournament. As for Penn, two things need to happen if the Quakers are going to move to the postseason in the Ivy League tournament. First, Yale needs to lose to Brown tomorrow, and Harvard would need to beat Cornell, because if that doesn't happen, there may be a situation where there's a three-way tie in which Penn would be knocked out of the playoffs. Big weekend for both these teams, guys, and this game is definitely going to be an important way for us to have a stepping stone into the postseason.
So thanks, Thomas, as we take a look, guys, at the tail of the tape between these two teams. And again, you see two teams that look statistically a lot alike.
Yeah, different conferences, Ivy League, A-10, both 3-3 in their conferences. Goals pretty even, goals against, right, pretty even. Right, man-up percentage advantage to UMass. Penn's going to want to not foul. Right, face-off is going to be huge today. UMass has struggled this season at the X, and Penn just keeps getting better at the X. Freshman Quinn Ball has been tremendous down the stretch. Both are clearing at a really high rate. Be ready for a 10-man by Penn and ground balls, right? Both teams, that's the pedigree. Get GBs, gain possessions, and that's going to be the war. That's where the game's going to be won today here at Howitt.
All right, so let's take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard today. It's the Quakers of Penn. In the Ivy League, they are 6-6, which their first-year head coach, Taylor Ray, said is usually good enough to get you into a tournament, but now they've got to watch. It's such a gauntlet to play in the Ivy League. Taylor Ray making the move from St. Joe's. He doesn't have to move his family, certainly. He's in the same town, but a transition for him and for this team as well in his first year. But he said it's all gone, just about as good as it could possibly go.
He said every game in the Ivy League's like a playoff game. Some really good teams. Cornell won the national championship last year from the Ivies. An absolute gauntlet of a league schedule.
And two guys that Penn will rely on. Let's take a look at them now. First, Soap on attack. I know you love number 9, Davis Provost.
Yeah, the junior Calvert Hall attackman, 29 goals this year, 56 for his career. Watch this left hand, just an absolute hammer. All right, he's a hard cover, right, shooter shoot, right? He's got 90 shots on the year. You see him go right-handed here, 7 multiple goal games, kind of filling that void left by Cam Rubin and some others who have left. He's been the best guy on attack for UPenn. And Vidara, we know him from down the street at St. Anthony's, sophomore defender. He has 2 goals, BTB style this year, and they were needed, right? Look, no angle, whoop, right around the goalie. Unbelievable job. He's skilled. He's guarded everyone's number 1, brings the energy. Those 2 guys have to be huge today to pull off the win against UMass.
And Greg, on our call, you said it the best, right? It's not conventional to go BTB with a long pole.
No.
But when you score them, it's fine.
That's the rule, right? It has to go. It has to wind up in the back of the net, and no one can say anything, right? The coach can't say anything, teammates can't say anything. So it's good stuff. It's great athlete, great plays by him, and really winning plays, and I think that's what Penn needs today.
So that's the story of Penn. We take a look now at the Gorillas of UMass, 10-4 on the season, and there's also a coaching change there as well, where Kyle Smith takes the reins there, but he's been part of this program. He knows, he said, where the bathroom is, right? He doesn't need any introductions to anybody there. So in that sense, listen, it has been seamless as well for UMass Soap.
Not easy, right, to replace the guy to my left, 31 seasons, but the Smith name, they bleed UMass. Just great to see him there with Coach Gabbs as well.
And 2 guys that UMass will be relying on here today. We'll take a look at them now. First on attack, it's a red shirt sophomore, Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, his family bleeds UMass as well. Everyone's gone. Missed 2025 with an Achilles injury. He's exploded for 21 goals this year. 4 versus Brown, 4 versus Hobart. Over the top, right? He really shoots it hard. Game-winning assist against Hobart and a much-needed win for UMass. Look at that high over-the-top release. That's a goalie's nightmare. And if you want to know Gorilla Lacrosse, watch this. Senior, 3-year starter. Here it is. Watch the physicality. Boom. Right? That's what UMass is about. It's about hard checks. It's about playing through the whistle. Scoops up a GB. Little love tap by Swanson. Johnson and Swanson killing it.
So look at the eyes.
Yeah.
That's an axe murderer right there.
Yeah, that's a guy who hangs out in Boyden way too much.
Take a quick break, and we'll have more here from Howitt Middle School, the Daler Lacrosse Classic on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're going to send it actually down to the field for a live rendition of the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
What a great job by Natalie Japrutra. A live rendition of the national anthem. We take a look at our starters for this one. First, for visiting Penn, joining Provost on the attack line, it's Martin and Marr. Your first midfield line of Lucchese, Beachman, and Skane. At long stick midi, it's Ryan McLaughlin. Your close D is Ryan Sullivan. Matt Wills and Dante Vidaro coming home to the island. And Soap in the goal for Penn. He is a good one. It's the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Week, Jack Palat.
Palat, 6'3", 185 from Florida, 50% on the year. 3 OT saves versus Brown, a must-win for them. Got him that Ivy recognition. Not easy to replace a guy like Emmett Carroll. Not only was he an All-American, but drafted by the Whipsnakes, but Palat, as a sophomore, he won the job. He earned it. This is his team, his defense, and here he is in his last regular season game.
And the head coach of Penn, it is Taylor Ray. First season, a Duke 2003 graduate. Spent 14 years down the road in Philly at St. Joe's University. He's got Mike Restivo as his OC, Casey Ikeda, his DC, Tyler Schultz, and Matt Klibanoff, his director of operations. Starters for UMass, we'll roll through these guys quickly. It's Bagnall, Drunzik, and Tarowski. Your first midfield of Johnson, Kurz, and Waxman. Your long stick midi is Morse, Aubel, Morad, and Swanson. And in goal for the Gorillas, how about it from Owen Salinger?
Really good one. Sophomore from Liverpool, 57.7% on the year. Was a freshman starter last year, 665 saves. That was third all-time as a freshman. He's averaging 14 saves per game. That's third in the country, 23 versus Brown. He makes clean saves, quick outlets. Another great Gorilla goaltender in Salinger.
And in his first year as a head coach, he is UMass through and through. Kyle Smith, UMass 14, the 5th head coach in program history. Was the associate head coach under Greg Cannella a year ago. Previously coached Merrimack for 7 seasons. Chris Gabrielli, the DC. Cole Pecora, CJ White, all part of the staff. The face-off X is so important to this, of course. And listen, Penn's got a good one in Quinn Ball. For more on Quinn Ball and his return to the island, well, let's talk. We will have plenty of opportunity to talk about Quinn Ball throughout, of course, but let's bring in the keys to the game here.
Yeah, UMass wants to clear efficiently. You know you're getting the 10-man versus Ray. Can you beat it? Right, finish in transition, right, hustle, hard, toughness. That's what the program's been built on. Got to bring it today on Long Island. Coach Gabbs back to Farmingdale, firing the defense up. Penn, defend the middle of the field. Well, Coach Ray wants to defend end line to end line, right? Be tough in all aspects. Defend the inside on defense. Be selective in our shooting. Hit singles. Don't need doubles. Don't need home runs. Got to bury the ball against a guy like Salinger.
So we'll have a meeting here with the officials before the start of this one. This is not your regular kind of late season game, right? A lot is on the line, as we said before the start of this one. We take a look at the face-off X now, and we mentioned it's a homecoming for Quinn Ball out of Garden City. He wore Jimmy Regan's number 19 at Chaminade a year ago, taking on T.J. Casey. How about those numbers, Soap, for a freshman at the face-off X?
First player to ever play 4 years of varsity at Chaminade.
And the wing play gets involved. First face-off goes to UMass, picked up by Zach Aubel.
UMass had 2 poles up on the face-off. You're going to see a lot of that tonight, maybe even a pole facing off himself.
And now you play some games here with the sub-game. Maybe try to win a matchup coming out of the box.
Aubel's that senior ground ball guy, 61, leads the UMass team. You see his wing specialty.
Here comes Zach Waxman. Good change of pace guy for UMass. That's Dylan Johnson lowering the shoulder. Look at the size on him. In and out of the stick, and that's how quickly it can go the other way. Jacob Pacheco with the GB for Penn.
Pacheco's a captain as a junior for this team, a junior from Boys Latin.
So now the first possession for the Quakers. And one of Taylor Ray's keys, right, is we don't want something quick, or we don't need something quick. As we have a whistle.
Something with the shot
Might
clock.
be it might be a shot clock situation. There are 2 shot clocks in both end zones. It's not with the scoreboard here at Howitt Middle School. There are backups, though. We bring extras here just in case of emergency, right, guys? And it looks like we might have one of those situations now where may have to sub out one of those shot clocks. Well, we are back live as Penn on their first settled 6-on-6.
UMass is in man now. Look for them to kind of rotate in and out of zone today, kind of become their MO.
Ben Beecham out of Carlsbad, California. I think we know a guy out that way. Watching right now, Mike Hungerford.
Former Daler.
Lucchese. Big, strong, two-handed midi.
Yeah, Lucchese scored that game winner against Brown.
It was Auble.
And that's what Auble does, right? As soon as it gets to the ground, he'll go quick. So does UMass. Off the pipe. What an opportunity for Druzik, and we go the other way.
You know, UMass is going to have to score those if they want to stay in this game and be in this game for 4 quarters.
Jackson Marr with the pass. Now it becomes a ground ball battle, and it will again be UMass ball.
Here comes the 10-man.
Yeah, you wonder how long did it take Ray to bring that from St. Joe's, right? Was that practice number 1?
Yes, absolutely. Not very long at all. Taylor Ray at St. Joe's, they hammered the 10-man. They just pressured teams here. They try to get them in a pickle. Good job by Tarowski getting out of it.
And every team tries to model it. They try to do it, right? I know Duke, for one, right? They looked at Ray and kind of using the same type of ride because it's something you really have to prepare for.
Yeah, and when you have the athletes that they have, and you know a team like Duke has, it's worth doing it, right? And turning the ball over in the clear game.
Here's another homecoming, right? Matt Cardullo out of Manhasset. Hands off. Was a regular first line midi. Now part of that second midfield line. Not any fault of his. It was just about the type of players you have and the size, right? Some big dudes are on that first line as Cardullo pops it up top.
Yeah, and he hurt his hammy.
Downhill shot by Tarowski was wide.
Tarowski, sophomore, 23 goals this year, only 3 as a freshman. Talk about stepping up in your second year in Amherst.
Inside the final 10 seconds of the shot clock. Drunzik shoots it wide.
Turk had a great year so far. Hopefully he can cash in on a couple of these opportunities that he had already.
And UMass will just dump it in the corner as they'll set up their ride here.
Pretty crazy, coach, right? Going from a 7th midi from last year to being one of the leading attackmen. It's just
top scorer on the team as well, right? You know, just shows tremendous growth and development on both sides, the player and the coaches.
So a different kind of ride here from UMass, but an effective one at that.
Good job by their attack, just chasing across, playing 3-on-4. No 10-man now, Soaps.
Not yet. About a 9.5.
Yes, it is.
9 and a hook.
You got to handle it. You got to run by 1 if you have to.
Yeah, they want you to get to those sidelines. They want to trap you.
And you can always go back to your goalie and have the goalie, take a shot downfield potentially, or even, find somebody deep. Kind of just threw the ball away there.
Yeah, good ground ball by Ryan Sullivan, the senior, another Cali kid. Glue guy down there for Coach Ray.
Now we see some of the second line midfielders, Grayson McClemens, Jack Follett, Pierce McDonald on. Here's Provost. Nice slide comes his way, forced to kick it out. The fake, that's a no-fly zone inside.
Yeah, Skane hesitated a little bit. UMass just collapsed on him.
Yeah, that was Ryan Morad, the sophomore. Was a short stick D-mid last year, really stepping up down there on close for Coach Gabbs.
Another 10-man here for UPenn.
Love that clear. Quick decisions, get it out of your stick, flip the field. You can't run it out, because you try to run it out against the 10-man, they're going to put doubles and triples in you all day.
Yeah, we've always said you run by one, not two, right? Go back with two, right? If you have two on you, throw the ball back. But I'd like to see UMass attack there, right? The goalie's out of the cage. Let's attack the cage instead of being so slow getting the ball into the attack zone.
There's Waxman. There's been a slew of injuries, and it's all kind of been different ones. For Waxman, it's about a removed appendix. So yeah. It's not just your hammies or your ankles.
Internal.
Yeah.
That's a tough one in the middle of the season, isn't it?
Droznik lowers the shoulder.
So you see with this group, this midfield group, they're playing two poles up, right? They're playing Kurtz and Dylan Johnson with long sticks, and Aiden Droznik winds up with the short stick. So got to be able to beat a short.
The inside roll, flying to the hoop there, but a crease violation against UMass.
Drunzik had that BTB winner against St. Joe's and made the ESPN. Good to have him back. I think he missed 5 games, 7 goals, 8 assists.
Wait, Vidaro said, hang on. Did you say something about BTBs?
Offsides.
Offside, though, on the Quakers.
This is where you want to push, right, Coach?
Yes, absolutely. Let's get the ball upfield. Let's not wait.
Win the whistle.
And it's Cargiulo, the junior. Great to see him back on the field and healthy.
Yeah, 2 state titles for Manhasset. 8 goals as a freshman, 12 last year. Was immediate first-line guy for UMass.
That is Jackman. It's Cargiulo.
Maddie was a great high school football player as well at Manhasset.
Great athlete.
Tarowski back to Drunzik. Drunzik, oh, what a save. The first of the game.
Great stop. Coach, how did you feel about that if you were an attackman and you get shorted? What's that mentality like?
The mentality is there is I'm going to beat this guy, right? I'm going to go right after him. And it seems like Aiden's doing that. Right? He's a different kind of player. He's more of a change of direction guy with size and post-up guy, so it's a little more difficult for him.
It's a good stop, right?
Great save.
Exploded down low.
Yep, great save.
And I think, you have 2 sophomores here. I think, Salinger's played great. I think it's like Palat definitely, feeling like he's going to step up today when you got 2 sophomores battling against each other. Kind of raise your game.
I really thought going into this one that Owen Salinger needed to make high teens in order for UMass to win the game. Plus, they have to clear the ball successfully. But they've been successful when he's been in the teens and low 20s. Obviously, UMass is going to come out on top if that's the case.
And he seems to play his best in the fourth quarter, right? So if you keep it close in the fourth quarter, he tends to really lock it down.
Yep. Got a shot clock issue again, right?
Yeah, it looks like they have it set up now at 50. Well, one says 57, one says 55. Do we just split the difference and go 56 on these shot clocks? It's not new, certainly to New York. It's for a second year now, part of the high school scene, which, for us is welcomed for sure.
Yeah, when you do some of these neutral site games, as a coach, you always worry about that, right? About who's, technically what's happening on the field. Are there going to be any issues? Who's getting the refs? There's all these different things. Who's paying for the refs, right? And then if it's early in the season, if it snows, what do you do? Do they plow?
Yeah.
How do you get the field ready?
Definitely messes with like the rhythm of the game, and things like that.
It has. Yeah, it has.
It's unfortunate.
Well, we do know one thing. Both of these teams knew exactly where to eat last night. They both found their spots. Penn, like a lot of teams when they hit the island, they went to Vincent's. Saw that on the socials.
Yeah, Chris Gabbs' favorite spot is Verona, so the UMass guys went to Verona. And there's a Mike Restivo is a Melville guy who was a great player at St. Joe's who followed Coach Ray here. I definitely think he knew the spots to hit as well.
As we restart now. Jackson Marr. Nice screen for him. Low to high shot by Martin was saved.
Yeah, that's what Salinger does. He not only saves it, he has great hands. He controls rebounds, which leads to transition, which hopefully UMass can capitalize on.
Yep, all the good goalies,
Yeah.
like yourself, right? They catch the ball, right? And that's what leads to transition. And then obviously, Penn has no time to get into their 10-man, right? Get the ball upfield, clear it quickly.
And it's not just catching the ball, right? He keeps it in his stick, and that's one thing that Kyle Smith said to us as well is, you can make a save, but now if it's loose in front, now it's a ground ball battle, it's a scrum, you don't know what's going to happen, but does a great job of making the catch and then getting it out for the clear. See the feed, the step down will go. Dylan Johnson on the bouncer, and it's UMass who take the early lead.
We highlighted him in the open. It's nothing but hot. This high release for a goalie is just really tough. It explodes it off the turf. Just an unbelievable shot. He's the hottest player right now for UMass, right? 4-1 versus Hobart. Great way to start here for Johnson.
He's been consistent all year long, and like you said, he's got this heavy shot, overhand shot, and at time he used the turf and it bounced up into the cage.
Well, we mentioned before, it's a homecoming for a number of players. That includes Quinn Ball, and the things that he's been able to do, not only on the field, but in the weight room, have really, really impressed head coach Taylor Ray. For more on that, let's bring in the fourth member of our broadcast team, Thomas Gamba.
Guys, we have a lot of Long Island natives playing in this game, but the most notable is face-off specialist Quinn Ball of the University of Pennsylvania. He played at Chaminade for 4 years, the only player in their program's history to play on the varsity team for all 4 seasons in his high school career. He won over 800 face-offs, picked up over 500 ground balls, and now he is back in his hometown. He grew up in Garden City, but he's back on the island to play in a college game. He said he's so excited to play in front of his family and friends. And when we spoke to Coach Ray, he said Ball has been a leader this year, only as a freshman. He deserves this opportunity to take the first face-off, and they're going to need a big performance from him today if they're going to take home the victory.
Thanks so much, Thomas. And guys, we heard it certainly from Jack Moran, the legend, right? The former Chaminade coach a year ago. He wore that number 9. Soap, you and I are doing Reegs Rock tomorrow, Manhasset and Chaminade, and the number 19 is Jimmy Regan's old number, right? It is such an honor to wear that, and Quinn Ball wore that with pride last year.
Yeah, just an absolute stud. Brother James was a great face-off guy as well at Yale and Georgetown. Jack Moran, also a UMass guy, right, Coach?
Yes, he is.
They're everywhere.
Yes, they are. Now, what impresses me the most about Ball is he is a freshman, and he's doing what he's doing for his team as a young guy. So it shows a lot about his character and then his preparation.
Yeah, sometimes you see a freshman, they'll sit back and they'll let the seniors do their thing, and he's right there.
He is.
He's like, I'm going to lead in the weight room, and even the older guys are like, whoa, look at what this guy's doing. We got to keep up with him. So let's see what UMass has here, or excuse me, Penn has here coming out of the timeout. That is Marr. Loose ball. GB for the Gorillas.
UMass defense came to play. Morad.
Yep.
It's not the easiest matchup when a lefty plays a lefty, but great job by him to dislodge the ball.
And another bouncer from distance looking for the pole goal.
Morad's really developed over this year. He came in as a short stick midfielder, offensive midfielder, moved into D-midi last year, short stick, and now playing down to close defense. So he's going to get better and better as his career goes on.
Here's Jackman.
Yeah, seamless with that long pole.
Jackman out of Ontario from the Hill Academy. Cargiulo gets the return pass, surveys the situation, and works it to X. That's where Tarowski will spin. The slide comes.
Yeah, Anthony McMullen, 54, 6'2", 210, playing D-mid.
Bagnall, look out, blew a tire. And now gets double teamed. Good ground ball, though, by Tarowski.
15 on the shot clock.
Cargiulo with 6. They've got to go. And that'll be a shot. That's the worst place to put the ball on a shot clock violation.
You do have to go back to the midline. That's what's holding this up. UPenn did a really nice job sliding and recovering, jumping off of the pick game and hedging out and creating some contact there for UMass. Gave them some trouble.
They always have those tough D-mids, right? Pacheco, McMullen.
And those are Taylor Ray teams, right? I mean, that's great coaching. Being really, really aggressive.
Yeah, that's his favorite side of the ball for sure. That was always the case with St. Joe's. That one right in front of the crease. Did it go in? No. Shot was by McClemens.
Go back to your goalie. There we go.
And it's back to the 10-man ride for Penn. Good job by UMass.
How about the start from Morad? Great job recognizing 2-on-1 there. It's amazing how quick they can get into that 10-man.
Well, the thing, too, that's what Ray said to us on the call, right? Like, 10-man, we in and out of zone, and, like, we want you to be really uncomfortable when you prepare to take us on. As that shot by Kurz goes wide.
Coach, how about those two guys, Johnson and Kurtz, right? They were both hurt last year, right? And kind of developed a bond.
Yeah. Dylan tore his ACL, and Dylan tore his Achilles, and Charles tore the ACL, and both those guys have come back. They worked their tails off to get back, and right now they're playing as good as anybody in the program.
Awesome.
It's great to see.
Good move to his left for Kurz. The slide comes his way, reverses course, lowers his shoulder, and kicks it back out.
It's almost like they're pre-sliding.
That bouncer wide by Waxman as the shot clock expires.
Both teams playing great defense here and having some good goaltending as well. So at some point, this is going to change.
And I think to your point as well earlier, right, it's not familiar environment for either team, right? So you get used to sort of the environment and the sight lines and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, and it's a non-traditional matchup. This is only the second time UMass has played Penn.
McClemens beats his man, then goes to the cage. The junior out of Nobles with his 11th of the year.
Yeah, he's been hot as well. 11th goal in the year, 3 goals versus Brown. He can really lean. Look at that shake, getting to the middle, hammers it to the left hand, to the stick side low. His father played lax at Penn. He's wearing the Penn jersey. He buries one here on Long Island for the Quakes.
It's a great story, right? Having your dad playing your dad plays there, and you play there, the legacy, and his dad's sitting here in the stands rooting for his son playing at his alma mater. man, there's nothing better than that.
McClement's about as hot as you can get right now. Scored a hat trick in that win against Brown last week that Penn had to have to keep their season alive.
And he's been his absolute best in the Ivy games. He's scored five of the 6 games in the Ivies. He has points.
Griffin Skane. Soap, you and I had a chance to see his younger brother, Cormac, at Culver this year, and he'll join his brother at Penn next year.
Yeah, sister Izzy was pretty good at Northwestern.
Yeah,
so.
just a little. Feeds X.
UMass went zone.
Inside the final minute of the first quarter, getting goal line extended. Flags fly. Will it count? Yes, sir. Davis Provost.
He's just a tough cover. When he gets to that left hand and he has his mind on getting to the goal, you're going to have to bring it to stop him. Great finish inside. Just that's not easy, right? That bounce shot real tight to the net that goes to the upper corner. Davis Provost, the junior, he's been the leader of the offense for the University of Pennsylvania.
You said it before, Soaps. He knew he had a short stick on him, and he attacked it right away. He went for the kill, and the ball wound up in the back of the net. Great play, great awareness.
One of the hardest working kids, Taylor Ray said he's ever coached. How about goal number 30 on the year for the junior out of Calvert Hall?
Sometimes that's like the downside of like switching defenses, man, zone, right? You really got to communicate and make sure everyone's on the same page.
No doubt.
Chance here for Penn to get the last one of the quarter.
You were right, Coach. The scoring is going to open up.
At some point. Yeah, I'm not sure either of these teams played at 5:30 this year as well. So different time, timing of the day and everything.
The sun's at different angles, all kinds of things, right? You take into account here as we're inside the final 15 as it's Marr. Plays a 2-man game. Kick out now to GB, 5 seconds left. And that one will be intercepted and sent down the field.
Tough sun.
But how about the start, guys, for both of these teams? But it is Penn and the guy we highlighted, so Davis Provost.
Yeah, Provost is a high-ranking official. No one's been higher on the goal-scoring list than Davis for UPenn. Great end to the first quarter by the Quakers.
It's the Dalers Lacrosse Classic. Quarter number 2 coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Brennan O'Neill, and you're watching Varsity Media. $29,200. That's how many days most of us have here on Earth. But hey, don't worry. Someone else will discover the next breakthrough. Some people might say, now's not the time to rock the boat. Gotta be kidding me. At UMass,
not a chance.
If we see a better future, it's on us to lead the way. Be the future you want to see. Be revolutionary.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Howitt Middle School, there are Daler connections all over this game. And for more on that, let's bring it back to our man on the field, Thomas Gamba.
Well, guys, I know we spoke about Quinn Ball earlier, but there's another Long Island alum that has come back to Farmingdale here. But on the coaching side, that's Chris Gabrielli, an assistant coach on the UMass staff. He actually played lacrosse here at Farmingdale and at UMass, was a captain for the Minutemen, and now he comes back to his hometown where he was just honored moments ago to coach against Penn. Yeah, sure, his team's down 2-1, but I'm sure it's a great experience for him. He had some of the team members from UMass over to his house on Thursday afternoon for lunch, and just a really awesome experience for him and his family here.
Thanks so much, Thomas. We saw Gabs, right, last night at the Massapequa Port game, right, looking at some of his future Gorillas. It's a guy both of you know well.
Yeah, my roommate at UMass. Great guy, great coach. Ton of passion.
He's been a great mentor for Kyle Smith in his first year as well. You know, Chris obviously being around the game for a long time, head coach for a long time, going back to UMass, giving back and really helping out the program.
That's so big, right? The role of the assistant coach. You know, Casey Ikeda has been at UPenn since 2017. Was a great player at Maryland. Kind of allowed Ray to really hit the ground running, knowing all the guys on the team.
Yeah, and he was the guy who was there before, right? You bring Ray comes in and Restivo comes in, both from St. Joe's, and you need someone who's been there and who knows how things operate. So yeah, he gave him huge credit on the call.
And they've been great, right? They've always had great defenses, right? Brendan Laval, one of the best guys I've seen in the last 5 years. Just a great player.
Skane! Ray told us maybe he's getting a little upset. He's not scoring enough. Well, Skane stings it.
Griffin Skane, senior, right from Culver. UMass went zone look again. Skane uses his speed, gets to the middle. You know, you're going to go into the teeth of that defense, right? You got to expect to get hit. He's all heart. Second team All-Ivy last year. You know, the heart and soul of this University of Pennsylvania team.
Impressive play, you know, and you know you hate to see UMass go over the head there, and he felt that stick on top of his head, over his head, and just turned it up and put it in the back of the net. Great play.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, you have to change your level there, and that's what he did, going sidearm with that shot.
Yep.
Great career, 90 points. That's 68 goals for him now in a Penn jersey.
Yeah, another guy too who moved to midfield due to injuries. But so tough, plays with heart, a captain of this team, goal number 23 on the year.
Little momentum going Quakers' way. Need a stop here if you're UMass.
It's the hard part right now, not winning any draws, so, you know, if Penn keeps scoring, they're going to get the ball back.
You really don't want to play from behind like you did against Hobart.
No, you don't.
Little shake and bake by Provost. Gets the return from distance, and there's the save you need.
With a little bounce pass. Love it.
Good one from Salinger.
Yeah, Salinger matchsticks. Provost can sling it, but that was from about 20. Hard to beat a guy like Salinger from there.
I think, you know, with the way the angle of this field as well, the sun is right in the goalie's eyes on that side of the scoreboard side of the field. It's going to be tougher as we go into the later here in a second and then into the third quarter.
Look at this, something maybe in the sub game as Waxman was fired out of a cannon.
That was kind of the big question mark, right, with the goaltender, right? Salinger, right? It's hard to replace Matty Note, Sean Scanoni, and next thing you know, you have Salinger, 2-year starter, and just unbelievable.
Yep, great kid, hard worker. Dad played at UMass. We played together, so it was an easy recruit. But again, you know, the kid is the worker. He's putting all the time in.
If you're UMass, you miss a lot with Note. Not only a great goalie, but his dad, the king of the tailgate.
You haven't stopped talking about that brisket since
It was
24.
so good. He brings the smoker. He's all business. And the interception.
Good play.
And here comes Vidaro the other way. Sidearm shot in the finish. In transition, Paul Van Bostelar.
Just a great pickoff by Vidaro. Transition, watch this. Provost, you always hit that trailer, right? You take those cuts down to the pipe. You suck the defense down. You hit the trailer. It's amazing how it's there at every single level of lacrosse. But Van Bostelar, great job by the sophomore. P.A. Tough from LaSalle was an offensive guy in high school. You see why.
Yeah, and I think Coach Ray really wants to get his group going in transition, and they did it there. Vidaro started off the play, and they finished the ball on the other end. So, again, what a face-off here.
And Casey's got that ability to kind of go quick. But you could see how much it meant there for Penn. You get a goal from a short stick D-midi, and the first of the year as well. It's one of those juice goals.
Big time, big time. The bench is going crazy. Everybody's slapping him in the head. Team's fired up.
So then Casey does what you have to do in that situation, wins the next face-off, and gets his guys possession. That's Coyle. Works it to X, to Bagnall. He's got a hung situation there. Attempted the feed in front. But then again, another terrific D, midi, and Anthony McMullen starts it. The high bouncer, though, over by Marr.
Marr's been really aggressive to start this game. Just a freshman, 6'4", 195 from Bullis. 14 and 14 on the year. Impressive freshman.
Yeah, big kid, size, speed, he's got skill. He is impressive.
And how good is McMullen, right? Like, the numbers are ridiculous. 43 ground balls on the year, 8 calls turnovers. So tough.
Provost with a shorty.
They're looking to attack it, but sent backwards, sending it high, though. The finish, McClements. How about the second from the boy out of Nobles?
This is McClements' first season getting some action with Coach Ray. Just, hit the adjacent, step into a seam, let it fly.
Massachusetts boy, taking it out on his state school team.
Yeah, from Medfield.
Goal scored by number 22, Grayson McClements.
Getting his first real time this year at Penn as a junior. Deceptively quick. Second of the game, 12th of the year. Give the assist to Provost. Assist number 9, win by Ball.
UMass needs to stand here and get the ball back to the offense.
Won the lead for Penn. That's Skane. Beats his man, feeds X. Marr. Kind of between guys there. Provost running after it. Vidaro tried to goose it back. The GB picked up as Penn continues this possession.
GB from Alex Martin. How about scoring 7 points in the last 2 games? The first games where you get real action for the senior.
Timeout, Penn.
Timeouts. Penn with 9:51 remaining in the second quarter.
All kinds of drinks.
Selling an investment property doesn't have to mean a big tax bill. At 1031 Asset Exchange Services, they help you defer capital gains taxes and navigate your exchange to a new investment property or DST with clarity and confidence. They provide nationwide support with local New York area offices. Learn more at 1031aes.com. That's 1031aes.com. We take a look at the last 3 years for UMass, and Coach Cannella, maybe no one better to walk us through those last 3. maybe than you. He will defer.
We ran into really good teams. St. Joe's won it back in 2025, and then 2024. 2025 was Richmond, and so really good teams there, but we had really good teams. We played well enough to win the league, but those guys are powerhouses. St. Joe's was on a run, and then obviously last year with Richmond going to the quarterfinals and losing to Cornell.
And you're seeing it this year too from Richmond, right? Well, at one point, the #1 team in the country. That's great for the A10 conference, right? We spoke about the strength of the Ivy, but when you dive into week in and week out in the A10, that is no joke either.
Yeah, you know, between Richmond and High Point, St. Joe's and UMass, and, you know, even Hobart and St. Bonnie. St. Bonnie's got a lot better this year. So Delaware obviously is now in the league, first year. So really good league top to bottom.
See, as Soap will always tell you, Greg, the great thing about being in the booth here is when this game is over, you're undefeated, right? You're not worrying about what happened on the field.
I was getting nervous driving in here. And then the anthem happened, and then I got really nervous.
Yeah, of course. All right, we will restart. Here's Skane. The feed, the jump shot will go by Beecham.
That's too easy if you're the UMass defense. You have assisted by Skane. Kind of, fake slip a pick and send a cutter behind him. Nice lefty finish by Ben Beecham. He was a huge recruit right from California. His 16th goal on the year. 3-time high school All-American from California. Only had 2-2 coming into this year. Has had a monster junior year. And he loves his left, right? He's a righty, but he loves to score left-handed.
Really good placement on the shot, right inside the pipe. Even though Owen's a lefty, Salinger's a lefty here, he put it on that side, and he was probably leaning towards the inside pipe, and great placement, good finish.
Great point. It's, that's tough. Like when shooters are on the move, they catch a feed, their feet are constantly moving. Way harder save than it's just a step down.
The junior out of La Costa Canyon, currently coached by Mike Hungerford. It's our second Hungerford reference of the game.
Kidding. Love it.
Here comes Kurtz.
Who's it going to be? UMass needs a goal.
The hitch, trying to get top side. The bouncer will go. Well, there's your answer, Soap.
I just love this kid's game, right? He's so built low to the ground. He's got strong bottom half. He has a pole. He's dodging, right? Just leans in, quick shot. Caught the goaltender off guard. You see the Penn guy goes for the check.
Yeah, the lift. Yeah.
The lift. He's trailing him. Lets Johnson go. 2 goals for him. It's got to feel good. You mentioned, right, UMass through and through. Uncles, parents, you name it. They went to UMass.
Yeah, the Achilles last year missed the season, but really worked his butt off in rehab to get back to this point. Second of the game and 19th of the year. Had a great time. And now off of the wing play, UMass gets the face-off victory.
Listen, not all face-offs are created equal. That's a big one, right, to get back. Casey's a senior. He struggled a little bit, but he had a good season last year, almost 54%. He's won the big ones when they needed it in the big comebacks. Casey's going to have to, go to the bat here for UMass if they want to get back in it.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get back in the game is get possessions to your offense, right? Whether that's defensive stands or winning draws.
Kurz works to X. There he is again! Johnson with the hammer!
Listen, I talked to Coach Cannella. I said, who are we highlighting? He said, Dylan Johnson's red hot. And my man is right.
He is.
Right in your living room.
Playing with a ton of confidence. I mean, just look at that shot, right? It's no hesitation whatsoever. Catch. Get it out of your stick quickly. Straight overhand, as you mentioned before. Really deceptive for the goalie, whether he's going high or going low.
You're so used to seeing that 3-quarter now where I can see the stick. When the guy brings it behind his head, forget about it. I think at halftime, Coach Ray and Jack Pollitt, the goalie, are going to say, let's not leave 26 with his hands free.
And I'm not sure Kyle Smith at this rate wants halftime the way Dylan Johnson is elevating his level. Wing play involved there. Face-off goes to Penn.
Quinn Ball staying on the field. He stayed on the last face-off. They're keeping the UMass face-off guy on the field here, trying to.
Yeah, you were saying that like they do some really good stuff with the high, setting some screens.
I think you got to get it here, and they sub off at the same time.
just feels like the University of Penn, their offense is feeling good right now. They're clicking. You need to rally a couple stops here if you're UMass.
Definitely do.
McClements throws the short stick, and Jimmy Elliott. Great pickoff by Salinger.
1-up.
Elliott spins. There's the hot hand. Johnson, he's feeling it. Wants the ball back.
Is that 25?
That's Tyler Clayton.
Oh, my bad.
Nope. Another sophomore playing
Another big dude.
big minutes for them. Really good athlete. Has a brother coming next year.
Two-way guy, but kind of playing a little more defense lately.
I think at this time of year, the short sticks are run down a bit, and they put Tyler strictly on D midi.
There's Tarosky.
Just injuries too, right? They lost Blaze New, who's a really good short stick D mid.
Captain and top short stick guy. Yep.
And we know well from playing multiple sports at Iona Prep.
A tremendous basketball player in high school.
From X, goes over.
Great move, Coach. One more step. One more
step. Wrap it around them, right? Shoot to the back pipe.
Yeah, give that stick some eyes.
Bagnall. Now it's Johnson, lowers the shoulder. Slide comes, the kick out. Kurtz fakes, gets to his left. Good save down low.
Really good save.
And here's Vidaro with space.
Yeah, good job by Pilat to get down low. He's been big for them in some big games. 17 versus Princeton, 14 Brown, 16 versus Cornell. As a shooter, right, you don't want to shoot at a goalie's feet. I've always said that that's the easiest.
Yeah, if you're going to bounce the ball, you bounce it at the top of the crease so it pops up over his shoulder. At least something happens, right? You shoot it at his feet, he gobbles it up. The good goalies will always gobble him up.
Another shot clock situation.
That's what it looks like.
So if you're UMass and you are scoreboard watching, the latest that I have out of that St. Joe's game is it's 15-5 Hawks with 6 minutes left.
Okay, we'll take it.
I think the last thing you want is to have a tie, right? Because then the goal differential and it gets all messy as Skane. That's one that certainly all day Salinger will take.
Opposite here.
Yeah, drove that top hand across, makes a nice clean save right into the 10-man. Great pass.
Salinger pushes it ahead to Albel.
Yeah, UMass is doing a good job of getting the ball up and out as quick as they can so Penn can't get into their 10-man.
Albel's just an interesting career, right? 8 goals, 13 assists in his career. Was a freshman, all-10, all-rookie.
Same thing as Morad, right? We made him, he was an offensive midfielder coming in, and then by his sophomore year, he was a short stick D-midi. Junior year, we moved him to pole, and he's been a great player at the pole. He's really kind of playing out of position right now, playing down at close, but he's versatile and a great kid, captain as well.
Drunzik to kick out. Jackman loses it. And the GB picked up by Pacheco.
You see why Pacheco's the captain as a junior, always accountable, steady. All his teammates love him, the staff loves him.
Look at his size. I mean, all these short sticks are all, above 6 foot, 200+ pounds, strong kids. I mean, he's got the arm pads up on his biceps. I mean, just impressive guys.
Yeah, dude. He won the Bob Scott Award, which means a lot around here as well, for in high school, right, for like citizenship and doing the right thing. You see why he's a captain.
And you heard it from Kyle Smith as well, right? Like if you know D1 lacrosse, you know what Penn looks like, right, and what you've got to deal with. And they are big, strong, fast, skilled. Auble, the fake. He'll get the assist, though, as a finish by Tarowski.
The sophomore from Longmeadow shows his range. Big kid, super skilled hockey player. Auble starting it again. Bang. Just top corner. Whether it's hockey, lacrosse, we call that bar down.
Big goal. It had the feel of the next one being big, and UMass gets it there. 3:23 left in the second quarter. You're watching the Daler Lacrosse Classic on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Back here at Howitt Middle School, you see the last 3 years for the Quakers of Penn. A year ago was a tough one for Coach Murphy, 4-10. The year before that, you make the finals. It is so hard. It almost feels there's only so many teams in the Ivy, but it feels like you need to have more than 4 make the postseason.
Yeah, there's 5 of them that are in the top 20 right now. It's a really, really strong league. They, hopefully they get at least 3 bids, right? The AQ and two others into the tournament.
Yeah, Penn won the Ivy. Last time they won it was 2019. Before that, 1988. They made a Final Four run with Coach Tony Seaman.
Yes, sir.
And we just saw Coach Murphy coaching his son, right, at Malvern Prep.
He's a real solid left-handed attackman sophomore. You're searching for a DC, and all of a sudden Murph comes available.
Yeah, that's not too bad if you're a high school program, right?
Tremendous coach. Had great success at Penn.
So to your point earlier about the face-offs not being equal, that's one you had to earn.
I think both teams are settling in, right? The energy is picking up. The crowd's getting bigger.
Yeah, Greg made a great point. Like the time, 5:30. It's a different sort of start time that either are used to, but that's not a problem for Provost. For him, it's happy hour.
This is the second time. It's nothing too sophisticated. It's kind of getting into that zone, drawing 2, and just hitting the next guy, an adjacent pass. Coach Ray said it, let's hit singles. Well, that single led to a home run by Provost, who sticks it in the corner. UMass had some momentum, and as normal, right, Davis Provost, flips the field.
Like you said, Penn, they're kind of still playing like a man-to-man offense, right? Sweeping across the middle, trying to get to the middle, and then trying to confuse the 2 top defenders in UMass's zone. That time they slid, threw the ball forward, had a great opportunity, and Provost put the ball in the back of the net.
His second, he absolutely did. His second of the game, McDonald, sophomore out of the Taft School, picks up the assist.
Provost came in with 90 shots, 66% of his shots get on goal. That's what you want to see. If he could ever get that to over 70%, how many more goals would he score? Shooting at 90, 100 plus.
Here's Johnson, already has a hat trick in the first half. Looks for more. I'm not sure if that one was on target or not. I think it was wide. No shot clock reset.
They got that shorty on Bagnall now at X.
Yeah, just testing the young guy, right?
Well, that's an errant pass to the other side of the field, over and back. Penn ball. Will they try to go quick here? Marr, the feed. You've got numbers. Good recovery, though, by the Gorillas. It is Marr.
At the very least, that turnover leads to some personnel on the defensive end for UMass that, in a perfect world, you'd rather see some of your short stick D-mids out there. This is going to be a big stop at the last minute here. Got to dig in if you're UMass.
Yeah, Dylan Johnson's caught out there. Vidaro's got him caught out there. Tyler Clayton, turnover.
And now UMass, perhaps numbers the other way, and they'll utilize their final timeout of the first half.
Smart decision. You're going to pull it out. You didn't have numbers, and good job by Coach Smith with the timeout.
One thing that we do know, UMass does a great job of recruiting the island, as you should, as the Lynbrook guy, a couple headsets over to my left. But that continues as well, right, with Kyle Smith. We take a look at some of the commitments that UMass has here from the island, and there you see them, Soap, and some guys who will follow your path. Actually, that was that was another graphic there. But listen, we saw it last night, right? It was Tyler Burns on one side, Neville on the other side for Port. Those are two of the guys.
Yeah, you got Colin Mark from Ward Melville, Galgano, who plays here at Farmingdale. You got to have a Daler defender on the UMass roster. It's almost a given with Dennis Kelly and Chris Gabbs. Long Island, I think that's one of the reasons why Gabbs brings what he brings to the staff, the ability to recruit Long Island, knows all the coaches. We played against them. We know him, one of the best guys in the business, and guys want to send guys to guys they trust.
On the other side of that, Mike Restivo for Penn, he's going to cover the island for Penn, and they've had great success. So Jimmy Della Rocca down there was a former goalie at Penn. A couple guys from Farmingdale went down to Penn when Tony Seaman was there, but always had Long Island guys and very successful. And obviously, Quinn Ball doing such a great job for him. That's just going to continue because of who he is and what he represents at Chaminade and Garden City, and they'll get there as well.
And we saw Burns had a great game for Massapequa going to UMass, but Rocco Spallina had 6 last night for Pennsylvania recruit from Massapequa. That kid keeps getting better and better.
Yep, good player, smart.
Just some guys their ball goes in, right, Coach?
The ball goes in, but it's a bloodline there between the brothers and the cousins and the Spallina family. Just an incredible group.
That's some family reunion 4-on-4.
They got some goals out in the backyard for sure.
So inside the final minute here, let's see what UMass has drawn up out of the timeout.
Probably wait till about 2018, somewhere in that range, trying to just hold the ball for the last possession here.
Cardillo hands off.
Yeah, you also have Lucas Bouchard from Sachem North, as well as Michael DePietro, great defender from Manhasset, also committed to UMass.
Takeaway by Penn. You give the credit there to Matty Wills, number 66, the sophomore.
Yeah, Matty Wills, sophomore, brother Ryan, played football at Penn State, 6'4", 290. Some good genes in the Wills family.
And now Penn will do the same here with 6 seconds remaining. They'll take this chance to take their final timeout. It is a Penn team that averages about 10.5 goals a game, 11 on the other side. When we spoke with Taylor Ray, said there's been some inconsistencies the last few games, some bright moments, some major blunders, he called it. One that he didn't like the way they ended that Brown game, right? You were winning faceoffs with ball, but you weren't keeping possessions. They should have won it in regulation. You didn't have to worry about one or even two overtimes in that. But he said, listen, there's a lot of teams right now that you beat up at this point of the year, but said he was excited to come here to the island and an opportunity where they want to continue to make inroads. You mentioned it before in the recruiting world. And listen, as final tune-up before what they hope is a run in the Ivy League tournament.
And like we said before, the Ivies are so tough. If you look at the Ivies out of conference, right, they're 34-14.
Amazing.
So, you know.
Amazing group.
Yeah, Penn number 19 in the country right now.
And the thing Ray said about his team is that they're great. He loves coaching these guys, and they just want to be coached. And I think as a coach, that means the world when guys just dig in, they do whatever you ask, and they want to work hard for each other.
And that's the thing, too, right? He said, yeah, we're bringing in new systems and new situations, but at the end of the day, they're kids, and they want to be coached. Provost! The buzzer beater, his third.
It looks easy, but it's not, right? He goes right-handed. He goes kind of S-dodges underneath, knows he's going to get hit. Takes a well-placed shot low and away on the left-handed goalie. Watch this. He puts it to his left, takes a hit. Keeps on ticking, buries it. You know, as coaches, you love to win the end of quarters and halves.
Those are important points. Important points in the game, right? Win the end of the half, win the end of every quarter. Be solid in a clear game in those situations as well.
Provost looked like he was limping a little bit there, a situation we'll keep an eye out for in the second half, but a great first half, certainly for UPenn, as they've got an 8-4 lead here at the break, as we will send it down to the fourth member of our broadcast team, Thomas Gamba, with the leading head coach, Taylor Ray.
Guys, thank you so much. Here with head coach Taylor Ray of the Penn Quakers. Coach Ray, your guy Quinn Ball, 9 for 14 in that first half at the faceoff dot. Davis Provost with a hat trick. What did you like from their performances in the first half?
Well, I think what you just said. I mean, 3 goals from Davis and QB doing a great job on the faceoff. I thought in the half field we defended them well. We were a little sloppy with the ball early, but once QB got the field tilted our way and the offense started, dodging with a little bit more conviction, we got some things going.
How about on the defensive side of the field? You guys only let up 4 goals, but Dylan Johnson had 3 of them. How do you slow him down?
Well, he's a load to cover. You got to get up and really crowd him, and we need to start supporting those matchups. They're using some picks to get short sticks on him, and then he's really, really physical, gets into your body, and then step backs and kind of shoots through you. So we gotta try and double him and just force him to be a passer.
And what's your message to your team going into the halftime locker room?
Just recharge the tanks, get ready for a tough second half. Keep doing what we're doing.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Thomas, and a great start there for Penn as the Quakers have the halftime lead. And Soap, I don't know, is it happy hour? It certainly is for Davis Provost.
Yeah, gets into a seam, right? He can't do without his buddies feeding him. I mean, that's textbook, torque, step into it. Not a lot of goalies are saving that from Provost.
You want to talk about feeding him? How about some of these shots here? Oh, my. Let's have it. The tailgates for Penn and UMass. Outstanding here.
Long Island pizza, bacon, egg, and cheeses, right? Everything's there on display. Unbelievable. Both teams getting after it.
Yeah, it is the Dalers Lacrosse Classic here at Howitt Middle School. We'll have first half stats and more when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
$29,200. That's how many days most of us have here on Earth. But hey, don't worry. Someone else will discover the next breakthrough. Some people might say, now's not the time to rock the boat. Gotta be kidding me. At UMass,
not a chance.
If we see a better future, it's on us to lead the way. Be the future you want to see. Be revolutionary.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Welcome back to the Varsity Media Sports Network. Thomas Gamba here, joined alongside Dennis Kelly and Paul Defendini, two of the top people that set up this Daler Classic. Dennis, I'll start with you. What have you thought of the atmosphere so far through first half?
It's a great atmosphere, great weather, getting a little cold, but, we got ourselves a good game back and forth.
And how did this come together in the first place? You guys obviously had one game this year, Duke and Providence, 2 games in the last 2 years, but 2 games in 1 year, that's pretty cool.
Well, once we got the, the game plan, the blueprints, then it becomes like the same people involved, and it was just a nice way. It became like repping something.
That's awesome, Paul. I'll move it over to you. What do you think the importance of this event is for the town of Farmingdale? Obviously, a hotbed for lacrosse. They love their lacrosse here. How cool do you think this is for them?
Yeah, there's no doubt we love our lacrosse here in Farmingdale. Long Island lacrosse is a really big deal. To be able to host a game of this magnitude, these two kind of superpowers coming to our little town here, our little neck of the woods, really means a lot to us.
And a ton of Long Island guys playing in this game. We have Chris Gabrielli, the coach for UMass, involved with this. Quinn Ball doing his thing out at the face-off dot. A ton of other guys that I'm not mentioning. How awesome is it to have not only these two great programs, but a ton of Long Islanders being represented here?
Oh, it's incredible. I had a chance to play with Chris Gabrielli in high school, and we played against each other at college. So to see the Gabrielli boys come back, again, so many Dalers representing and Long Island boys here on the team. But that's the world of lacrosse. This is a hotbed for lacrosse, and to have these two guys battling out, it's a great thing for us.
And Dennis, I'll ask you the final question. With the success of this event, obviously this is the 4th game played within the Daler Classic in the last 3 years. What could we see in the future with the Daler Classic? Do you think we can have more games in the future? Will this be expanded at all? What's your kind of outlook for this?
Well, obviously yes, but we're going to have to talk to the boss about that one, and he's to your right. I'm always about getting more lacrosse here and showing off Farmingdale. This is Mr. Defendini's, this is his baby right here. He's the one to put it together for the community, and, let's show it off.
Well, do you have an answer?
100%. There'll be another Daler Classic next year. We're going to figure this out.
That sounds good to me. All right, we'll send it to a quick break here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Thomas Gamba joined alongside Dennis Kelly and Paul Defendini.
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights. But how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, We specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athletes' key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media. Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosts the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and the quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back at Howard Middle School, second half, moments away. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, Greg Cannella, our entire Varsity Media crew. We take a look, guys, at some of the first half stats from this one.
You know, a half of runs, right? We saw, you know, Penn's jumped out. UMass gained some momentum. Big goal at the end by Provost to get it to 8-4. Shots pretty equal. Both teams really dug in the early stages. Both teams figured each other out. 4 saves for Salinger, 3 for Palat, right? And face-offs, you know, Penn, we knew we'd have an advantage, but I think if you said 5 for 14 for Coach Smith, you'd take it, right? Turnovers, even, right? Rides and clears, both teams want to get them down, right? 11 turnovers is too much for a first half.
How does UMass get back into this? Let's send it down to Thomas Gamba with that answer.
Soap, you mentioned that Massachusetts has to stop turning the ball over. That's what Coach Smith said. He needs his guys to stop turning the ball over and get a shot on every possession. With Quinn Ball going 9 for 14 at the faceoff dot, he said he wants his guys to try and tie him up, and they also want to get in front of Davis Provost to stop him from scoring all those goals. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Thomas. Well, they did tie him up there, but Ryan McLaughlin got the GB for Penn.
Yeah, McLaughlin was second team All-Ivy last year. He also served some time as the long pull goalie last season.
So some of the individual stats, how about Provost, 3-1. McClements, you would take 2 goals from him out of the second midfield for sure. 1-1 for Skane, and Beecham also with a goal.
Look at the size of McLaughlin when he runs off the field here. 6'5", rangy.
Wow. Side arm finish for Alex Martin. Hey, it's a homecoming for him as well from Mamaroneck.
Yeah, Alex Martin, a senior. You see him here, step down into, again, another step into a seam. There's no rotation. Absolutely stings the corner. 3-1 versus Brown, 2-1 versus Princeton. His first 2 games of action of his career. I mean, unbelievable down the stretch. And Coach Ray was like, I don't know, maybe we should have got him on the field earlier.
Put me in, Coach.
Yeah. He also made a point. He's a senior with another year of eligibility. So I think Ray, seeing what he's seeing out of him here, would love to have him back. Clean win there by Ball for Martin, goal number 6 on the season.
Martin's dad played lacrosse and soccer at Yale. 2-sport athlete there in the Ivy. Impressive.
So the scoreboard watching somewhat is today for UMass at that St. Joe's game, which went final at 15-5, but the scoreboard watching for Penn is actually tomorrow. 2 games that they're going to be eyeing to hope to get themselves in. They're right now on the outside looking in at those 4 berths to the Ivy League tournament.
Going to be a stressful night for the Penn staff, that's for sure.
That was Jack Follett, the sophomore. Kind of a different, he's the water bug of the group, former attackman. Use him in the invert, 5'9", 185.
Well, that's going to be a flag, but I do love the physicality that we saw there from Morad.
First penalty of the day, right?
It is, yes.
They called one, but it was on a goal, so they wiped it.
So free possession right now for Penn. We're going to change of direction. That shot wide of the mark, but that was quite a move from Follett.
Yeah, Follett shifty, 2-time high school All-American from California, Westlake.
And we will get the call from our official. So a 30-second push as Penn's man-up team will get to work. Just 25% on the year for the Quakers.
What's the percentage that you like, Coach, for man up?
40 and above, yeah,
40 and above.
40, 42, 43, right in that range, somewhere there for the season. Difficult sometimes, and some of them are, you want to kill them, and at the end of the game you want to kill it, so you give it up for the team.
Good point. Fine 9, right? If you're UMass.
Fine 9. He's gonna stroke it if he can.
And fine 9 is what Penn wants to do as well. Harry's Provost hands off. The skip. We're even, and there's the finish right at the end. So it's not going to be a man-up goal, but tell me right now if Penn cares about that.
Yeah, great job skipping the ball. Right, one side of the field to the other, hammers it low.
It's Travis Smith with the finish.
Yeah, another big kid, man-up specialist. You collapse the defense, right? You hit the far guy who's open. Sometimes it's tough, right? That was released. You're not quite even yet.
Right.
It's difficult sometimes to match up and capitalize by Penn.
Yeah, tremendous skip. That's what sets everything up, right? The opportunity to shoot the ball hands-free.
For Smith, his 5th of the year. Extends this Penn lead to 10-4.
Penn's won every faceoff, I think, so far in this quarter. So giving them the ability to get on a run here and play.
I'll tell you what Ball did against Brown in the second half was legendary. 8 for 8. That allowed Penn to go and take a lead and keep a lead as well. And again, it was a game that they needed to have to keep their season alive.
The entire group's facing off at 57%. Ball, Costanzo, Stevie Davis, and that's with senior Mac Eldridge out, a captain on this team.
And Ray said it was Ball and Palat. Those are the guys who won that game for us on the road. Palat with some unbelievable saves in double overtime. Why not have it?
Okay.
You want a 10-man? We're going to shove it down your throat.
Yeah, the sophomore, 5'10" from Salisbury School. His 10th goal on the year. Says you're going to leave that net open. Target practice for Clayton.
It's good patience by UMass, right? He came up one side, was covered, double team, changed the field, and Tyler went to the middle of the field, had his hands free, and just had a really good view of the cage. And he shot it the right way, too. Shot it right at the goal, one bounce and in.
Yeah, not your typical D-Mini, right? Has a lot of those offensive skills played on the offensive side. He'll stay up as well to get those matchups that you'd want.
Yeah, he's a true two-way guy. Who has that ability to play offensive defense.
Played in all 15 games last year as a freshman.
Which right there speaks volumes. Johnson, 3 goals in the first half. Tarowski and Clayton, the other 2 right now for the Gorillas. Here's Kurtz. Swims to his left. Kurtz right into the stick of Palat.
Penn switched. Kurtz found himself on a short stick, put it to his left hand.
Yep, did everything right except finish the ball.
Yeah,
right?
I like the aggressiveness. Just put it right in the stick of Palat.
Now, I think a different situation here, right in the second half. The shot clock directly across the field from us in the benches, as opposed to the 2.
Yeah, they're both off on the end
And,
lines.
yeah.
It's a way for both teams to be able to see it, right? I'm not sure if guys in the corner will see it.
That was an attempted pass that goes awry from Beecham.
10-man coming here. UMass got to do another good job here. Come back to the ball.
So finds Clayton, right? Is that the?
Yeah. Well, we got somebody open in the middle of the field.
Well, this guy knows how to score as well. Auble.
Good job. You prepare for that all year long. In every situation, more teams 10-man, and as Brian Soper said before, more teams 10-man now than ever.
I thought you had the line of our call with Ray because, you know, as the former UMass coach, you had to deal with the preparation of taking on a Taylor Ray team. And you said, yeah, it is a pain in the butt to deal with.
It's tough. It's tough. You got everything to take care of, clear a game, you know, the transition game, the early offense, and those are the things that take time away from your 6-on-6 prep.
Step down is just wide by Colin Coyle.
Coyle, just a freshman from New Jersey, 12 goals on the year. Dynamite high school player, over 260 points.
Here's Cargiulo. He's got the short stick matchup.
You know Ray's not going to let Johnson beat you, right? Who are the second guys, third guys for UMass that's going to step up in the second half and score a tough goal?
Tarowski spins, slide comes his way, gets hammered with the foul. So here we go. First man up now for the Gorillas. Let's see what the call is at the table. So it'll be a 1-minute man up for UMass, and they're man up at 35% this year. Greg, you've seen a lot of them this year. Who are we looking for, you think, here?
Again, Johnson and Kurtz have scored a lot of goals on extra, as well as Jack Tarowski. I think he's one of the top in the country in terms of man-up goals. I think he has 6 or 7 man-up goals. So he's going to slip off here eventually and be in a low corner.
Here's Kurtz. Gets the return pass.
There it is.
And off the mark by Tarowski. Kurtz. Here is Johnson.
Yeah, UPenn's locking the crease, rotating 4.
Ooh, Kurtz, that one was eaten. Logan Cassidy, the freshman out of the Landon School.
Yeah, Cassidy, 3-sport athlete, lacks football, wrestling in high school.
Aggressive.
And there it is, just sneaking it inside. Droznik.
Great patience, right, by UMass, working the ball, making them slide. You know, UPenn has the lock in the crease, so it makes longer slides, and with the extra one more pass, good job by Kurtz with that one more, and Droznik sneaks it in short side. Good thing to have him back from injury. Leader for this team, perhaps known a little more for his feeding, but that's a big-time goal by the senior.
Yep, something that UMass needed that goal, right, to kind of try to inch their way back here. Hopefully we can get a face-off win.
Eighth of
Penn's
the
been
year.
dominant there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. But UMass will gain possession there. I know Soap and I talk about it all the time, but it's one of the things about this game, right? It's not just about winning the clamp. It's getting possession off of it, and that's wing play and other ways you can get the ball back even if you technically lose the faceoff.
It's a 3-on-3 war, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 guys there, and you got to utilize all. And sometimes it comes down to, counters and matchups and who does well against who.
Here's Kurz, lowers his shoulder, up top to Johnson. Splits defenders, low shot and a save by Palat. Look at that outlet, trying to find Vidaro.
Vidaro just seems to love to leak out on any save.
What a terrific athlete he was at St. Anthony's.
Oh,
high save and a beauty by Salinger.
Yeah, Kyle Swanson's getting physical down there. He actually had the check that kind of stopped him from getting to the cage, and Salinger says, "Thanks, buddy. I'll take care of the rest."
I told you in the open, look at those eyes. That is a guy who's locked in at every minute.
Yeah, from Illinois, went to IMG.
Good kid, good student, tough player. But again, Vidaro led that break, and Penn showed tremendous skill there. Just a really good save by Salinger.
So let's see if the Gorillas here can start or continue to chip away. Nice change of direction by Bagnall.
Oh.
Brunzik off the bar.
Nice left-handed roll.
Scoop this.
And there is the scoop that you were looking for. Goes to Morad.
UPenn is so good on their approaches. They really force you to your weak hand, right? We've seen Johnson shoot one lefty, Kurtz. As a goalie, as a coach, you got to let guys beat you to their weak hands. So well fundamentally coached with that.
Yeah, that's why important. You have to develop both hands, right, in the game today, because this defense, especially in 6-on-6, are so good and so tough. It's so hard to score. So you have to go to those weak hands.
What a great slide by Wills, which ultimately forced UMass to call a timeout, which gives us an opportunity to take another look at this save by Salinger.
He's made a lot of saves this year, a lot of them of this variety. Great job in transition, capitalizing. Watch the slide by Swanson. He gets him off his path with a great save by Salinger. He took the job as a freshman. He hasn't looked back. When you look at the UMass all-time saves, right? Sal Licasio, the great, 931. Doc Schneider, 753. Matty Note, 752. Salinger is about 365 right now.
Halfway there.
Yeah, so, at the end of this, if you can stay healthy, knock on wood, right, to say you're a top 5 UMass save guy, that's a big deal.
Martin on that play right there showed a tremendous amount of toughness because he took the hit, he absorbed it, he stepped back, and he still got the shot off. Not the shot he probably wanted to take, but give him credit with great play.
It was track in the corner. Great.
Yep.
I didn't hear Soper on that list of saves leaders.
Listen.
He's on the list.
Yeah, listen, I was a real good.
He's humble.
Delphi, I did a heck of a job there, but
right.
I was pretty good in practice, Coach. I kept the guys on their toes.
No doubt about it.
Switching heads in the finish. Jackman.
He's a lefty. Scored that one righty, just as Coach Soper said before.
Yeah, senior, 6'1" from Ontario, the Hill Academy, played for the great Brody Merrill. What a move. That's what it's going to take. One-on-one moves, win your matchup, switch your hand, go against tendencies, and bury the ball off stick. That was an impressive goal His 6th goal on the year, had 7 and 5 last year.
Yeah, Jackman's stats came in as the Nassau County area code, 516, but now make it 616 for him. As a face-off win for Penn. 3-goal game now. As the first midfield comes out now for Penn. Skane, Beecham. And we thought we would see a lot of McClements with that first. You kind of run a group of 4 here if you're Penn. It's McClements feeding X. What a first half he had with a pair of goals. Tough feed. Look at a scoop by Provost.
UMass sliding to Jason here. Got to be really quick. Get out to these shooters.
Skane. Great knockdown, loose ball. It is picked up by Marr. Little shimmy, a little shake, and shot goes wide by McClements.
Penn's kind of content just playing the 6-on-6 game right now. They feel like they can beat their matchups.
10 on the shot clock.
There it is.
It doesn't matter. Marr, the freshman out of Bullis in Maryland. Hey, he's known as the best distributor of the ball.
Yeah, that's just a great move. Look at the space he creates out of that roll and has all intentions to get above that GLE and shoot the ball. That's just a freshman, his 15th goal on the year. Coach Ray said we'll see him behind, right, initiating offense. We'll see him up top in our man up. He started all 12 games for Penn. Just an impressive freshman. They're just growing big at Penn, 6'4", 195.
Sure do.
Also played football at Bullis.
Must be a nice meal plan they have there at Penn. Now the Quakers looking to get momentum back. It is Ball. Ran into a brick wall. Selling out there at midfield was Auble.
Salinger had just to make another save there. Threw a bounce pass to him in the goal.
We don't like those, Coach.
No, you don't.
We make enough saves during the game.
Oh, that should be a flag.
Is it a trip? It will be. So free possession for UMass, the second man up opportunity for the Gorillas.
Be nice to get one and the foul, right?
It would be great.
Great
for UMass. It seems like every time Penn kind of pulls away, UMass kind of inches back in it, right? You know, that's sort of what Taylor Ray was talking about on our conversation on Wednesday.
Kurz goes low and Palat makes the save. Or did he? No! It snuck in! So there's your and one.
That should be a man up face off here.
Yeah, Kurtz, a junior, 27th goal on the year. Can really shoot it. It's got good size. Was a 2-time high school All-American. Played football. Over 50 points in his career for UMass.
And let's see the flag here. And yeah, 2-year points. 1 minute on the trip. So count it and the foul. And now you pull the face-off X with the extra man on the wing, trying to muck it up on Ball.
Still not easy with Ball.
No, it's not. But, you know, if he comes up with it, then UMass will try to double, right? And try to get a pinch on him and turn the ball over.
They're facing with the pole.
Yeah, Nick Cunningham is out there facing off.
He's usually the 2. As Ball will win it, takes the bump, continues on.
Good speed.
And a big face-off win. And now how aggressive do you get if you're UMass here defensively?
It's hard. That's one of those coaching decisions that you have a philosophy. For me, I've seen so many guys split the double that.
Well, it doesn't matter with that turnover at midfield.
No penalty clock on the field here. So.
Yeah, you need some of those smart guys to do the math on it, right? Down low. Cargiulo.
Yeah, here in like 15.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Work fast.
One more.
Oh,
off
save.
the stick.
That's one of those, as a goalie, you're in position, you don't really see it, and it hits you, you're like, yes.
Yes, sir.
Great stop, standing tall, 6'3", 185. Man, he replacing a really good one. I thought Emmett Carroll was one of the best guys I've seen in a while, right? Just played different.
Or even, that's a tough skip pass, which results in a turnover.
Showed so much patience on that last man up with just one extra pass, hitting the single.
That save for Palat, by the way, his 7th of the game. Salinger with 5.
You know, UMass still had 50 seconds on the shot clock that they could have possessed the ball and played 6-on-6. So hopefully it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, sometimes that happens where you hear the clock getting, you know, it's going down, but that's for the penalty. You still have possession. You still have time on the clock.
Here's Beecham. Gets the return pass. They work it to X. They switch it to the other side. Terrific save by Salinger.
Hey, it's not the fourth quarter yet, but it's close, right? That's when Salinger plays his best. We saw Ryan Wieserak, the sophomore, playing short stick D mid. Played a lot of games here for Piqua. Was long stick midi of the year last year, 2 years ago.
And that is out of necessity. And Smith said, what a great soldier he is for playing with the short stick.
UMass wants a better result than right before the half here. Penn wants the same result, right?
Provost. Good pickoff by Palat. Return to sender. And the third quarter comes to an end. But UMass, Soap, they're fighting their way back in this one.
Listen, this won't be number 4 on the Sports Center top, but it's just what they needed. Snuck it in short side. 3-goal game. UMass has shown the ability to come back. Can UPenn hang on?
Well, the gorilla is in the house at Howitt Middle School. Let's see what UMass has here in the final 15. Fourth quarter coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Welcome back to the Varsity Media Sports Network. Fourth quarter about to get started between Penn and UMass, with the Quakers leading the Minutemen 11-8. One of the stars this game has been Dylan Johnson. He had a hat trick in the first half, and he has actually been a UMass fan his whole entire life. He grew up in Pomfret, Connecticut, about an hour and 15 minutes away from UMass. Grew up going to games, and actually at one point got the autograph of Kyle Smith, who was a player in 2014. Smith said he remembers that moment, and when he talks about Johnson, he says he is UMass through and through, so much so that 8 or 9 of his family members actually attended UMass as well, including parents, aunts, and uncles. An awesome story for Johnson. He turns from an avid fan to an avid contributor for the Minutemen. Let's send it up to Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, and Greg Cannella in the booth.
Thanks, Thomas. And hey, Hey, Greg, you almost didn't even have to recruit him. He was coming.
It was
he was
easy.
coming to UMass.
It was easy. Great family all around. Great kid, great student. And obviously he's become a great lacrosse player with the hard work that he's put in.
Gets Kyle Smith's autograph after a game.
I can remember him at the games as a kid, a little kid.
And if you haven't had the opportunity, Soap, I know you're a big fan of game day at Garber, right? How great is that?
Unbelievable. The hill, when it fills up, there's nothing better. The school's just gotten so much bigger and built up.
What a skip pass and the finish by Martin, his second.
Yeah, Alex Martin just, sometimes it takes some time as a coach to figure out rotations, and man, this kid can really sling it. He has another year back, which is not good for goalies in the Ivy, because that corner is absolutely smashed.
McClements is having a day as well, right? He makes the skip pass. He makes the play all around here. Just super play.
That's just something, right? That unselfishness, that you were kind of that QB type. There's nothing better than just throwing a skip pass to your buddy.
And your coaches love it, right? And your teammates do too, because they have confidence that if they give the ball up, they're going to get it back at some point.
And Ball, another face-off win there. He has been excellent here this afternoon and really all season. 16 of 23 today.
Yeah, he was 16 versus 22 against Brown, 16 and 19 versus Harvard.
He check up high by McClements, who
kind of feels like UMass has to keep them at 12, right, Coach?
I would say so, yeah. I would say so in that area. Tough to come back from 5 in the fourth.
The question mark off the outside netting.
Penn's shooting high. Yeah, pretty much all game here. A couple low ones, but they're going for the high heat. And obviously they've completed many of these shots that they've taken.
That was Marr with the opportunity. Get you a reset on the shot clock. Skiing the inside feed, spinning there was Martin, and Salinger said no.
Fourth quarter, Owen. That was a great stop. I mean, that was great offense, and just the last thing you need for UMass is a turnover.
Yep.
Yeah, Cunningham in transition, and that pass didn't get completed.
Yeah, Penn did a nice job getting back in the hole, and Nick Cunningham just threw the ball away, bounced past to Tarowski, and went out of bounds.
And it's got to be so demoralizing because you do so much work on the defensive side, and you get the stop, and then right away you've got to defend again.
Yeah, as a coach, right, with 12 minutes, you start to see, like, how many possessions are we actually going to have, right? And you got to make sure you cash in on them, especially if you're trailing.
And for Gabs, it's like, okay, can we play zone? Can they, because they're just going to run the clock down on us. We got to play man-to-man. We got to put some pressure on them, but got to clear the ball at 100% and possess it.
.35 on the shot clock. The one more.
Great approach.
Yeah, the hitch was there, but good defense. Not easy to dodge here today.
I mean, both sides, it's great. It's great movement, it's great patience, it's great on-ball defense, it's great supporting each other.
Marr, the skip, trying to again find Martin, but it goes out.
Yeah, they must have seen something on film, on tape, maybe at halftime even. I know they've been throwing that skip pass all game long, so they've had success with it.
And now you need to clear, not the 10-man for Penn, but still it's difficult. You try to go sideline to sideline here. And stepping out or getting forced out on the other side.
That's got to get in the hole. And we'll push this. Nope.
Great job by the midi, just using the sideline as an extra defender there. You know, just you run out of real estate.
Yep, Penn's ride's gotten them the ball back on 2 consecutive possessions here. This is the 3rd possession in a row here. Our defense, UMass's defense is getting tired.
Here is Skane. Gets the pass back. Feeds, turning Martin, and a great save up top by Salinger, and UMass wins the race.
Yeah, great hustle by Auble to get to the end line. One of those plays that won't show up in the stat sheet, but great hustle, great save. Again, Martin showing aggressiveness, coming from X, front swinging. Big save by Salinger.
And now you get the clear that you need if you're UMass. 10.5 remaining. I tell you what, with the crowd and the intensity, it does not have that feeling, right, of a quote-unquote meaningless non-league game. Good energy here at Howard, right in the heart of Farmingdale.
Penn's doing a good job defensively. Just outmatched there. The short stick, Penn's short stick outmatched UMass's midfielder. Gonna come up with a hold here. Nobody threw a flag. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. 30-second. Yep. 30-second hold.
And hold, 30-second penalty.
Plenty of time. Work for a really good shot here if you're UMass. If you don't get it, save the possession.
Kurtz to Johnson. Reverses course. This is a 30-second man up.
I mean, they're rotating 4 poles, but the length of the poles makes it you think there's 5 or 6 of them out there.
Penn's done a great job.
We're even.
Just athletic as well.
Step down, Johnson!
Good goal.
High heat here in Farmingdale. High heat at Howard. Dylan Johnson. Again, it's not a man-up goal, but you kind of catch him. Boom. Top corner.
Side high.
That high release is so deceptive. You can't see it, right? Next thing you know, it's on you, and it's well placed. Makes it real tough. And a lot of goalies love to crouch now low, right, and sit there, especially taller guys. If you can sting the top corner with a high release, that's dangerous.
His 4th of the game. And there's where wing play becomes so important with Will Morse.
Yeah, Morse is one of those guys who can run all day.
High save.
Huge save. That was the best of the day by Palat. The sophomore, top hand, drives it across, makes a big one. Mark that one down, 8:55.
Because it results in this on the other side. Penn goes quick, and Anthony McMullen with the finish.
Yeah, McMullen's a beast, right? The junior. Again, another trailer situation. Steps in with that left hand. You know, he's from the Hill School. Team leader. Takes everything personal. Well, he took that corner personal and stung it.
He did. He had the foul on the hole that UMass scored on, so he stood up for his teammates and made the right play. Great ground ball and fouled it up. And as you said, the trailer feed, and boy, did he shoot that ball.
Give the assist to Provost. Huge goal by McMullen, the junior out of Easton, his 4th of the year.
Nick Mullen's one of those guys in the preseason All-American list, the midseason, right? He's on those lists, right? He's a really skilled guy, really great D-Midi for Coach Ray.
Coach Ray loves his toughness.
Back to the face-off X. Big GB off the wing. That was Cassidy.
Penn just always seems to answer right at UMass goal.
They do. That's what good teams do.
And now you can play with time and score if you're Penn.
This is one of the great things about the shot clock is that, a 4-goal lead with 8 minutes to go. Sometimes back in the day, you might get two more possessions for the entire game.
Right. It's not as safe as it used to be.
Oh, maybe because of that. That pass ends up into the, or close to the UMass bench, and it'll be Gorilla's ball now.
As someone who hasn't seen him as much as you were recruiting him, Coach, right? Auble with that pole, you would never tell that he was a short stick.
Yeah. Yeah, and we made the change based on we had an injury at the face-off, so we needed someone to face off, so we gave him a pole to face off. And he wound up, being a wizard with it. A ground ball machine off the wings and then taking draws and just stuck with it.
Cargiulo! Welcome home!
Got to feel good for Matty back to the island. Battling a hammy this year. Been a first-line guy since he got to Amherst. UMass has had some success here, sweeping, hands free, let it go. Well-placed shot on the run.
Cargiulo, goal number 8 on the year for the Manhasset kid.
He was A-10 all-rookie team his freshman year. Great size, 6'3". And boy, was that Manhasset team that he was on good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Selling an investment property doesn't have to mean a big tax bill. At 1031 Asset Exchange Services, they help you defer capital gains taxes and navigate your exchange to a new investment property or DST with clarity and confidence. They provide nationwide support with local New York area offices. Learn more at 1031aes.com. That's 1031aes.com. Cargiulo not the only Long Island connection on this UMass team, guys. We take a look at the list of guys, and when you hear Coach Smith talk, the number, he likes it around 13, right? You get 3 each class, maybe 12, 13 guys from the island. They can tell you how great the pizza is and the bagels and how great the lacrosse is as well.
And bring them up, right?
That's right.
They bring the bagels up.
That's right.
Yeah, we used to do a thing when I was at UMass. It used to be Long Island versus the world, right? We used to be able to play half and half, right? Long Island guys on one team, anyone from anywhere else in the country, the world, right? They would be on the other side.
We said it on the call of the Massapequa game yesterday. How about if you're the Wieserak family, you are staying in the A-10, right? Younger brother Nolan going to Richmond. His older brother maybe will defend him, maybe like they do in the backyard in Massapequa.
I hope so. That'd be great to see.
I'm not sure their mom Sue wants any part of that, though. She's going to probably tell Nolan, just catch it and move it on. Don't worry about your brother. What a big face-off this is here. 3-goal game, 7:17 left. And Penn gets it off the ground ball. And Quinn ball slow to get up.
Did Auble just eat that and then pick the ground ball up?
I think so. I think so.
Well, guys, it's the window of opportunity now here for UMass.
Listen, it's just seniors, right? There's nothing better coach than like a senior. Just his senior year is, he doesn't know the score, right? This could be the last ride.
That's right.
Here is Cargiulo.
And you lean on those guys for leadership as the year winds down and some of the younger guys get worn down a little bit. You lean on them with their experience as well.
It's lost at GLE, and Penn comes away.
I thought the far official was going to call.
So the same thing. The athletes that Penn has, just incredible. Short stick athletes, size, strength. It's impressive.
Yeah, and they're getting a senior, Casamento from Hills. By all accounts, he's tearing it up for Hills this year. Just keep getting bigger.
And it's funny too because how much does it just fit the way that Ray wants to play, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. He wants those guys to be ultra aggressive.
Is Provost.
You know, and just how much different it's going to be for him recruiting in the Ivy compared to St. Joe's. I mean, they did a great job finding guys. Levi Anderson, right? Some of those like diamonds in the rough.
Canadian chain for him, for Coach Ray, who's Canadian himself.
Yeah, has either been the head coach or the assistant coach of Team Canada for many years. From British Columbia. Martin wraps around, and Salinger makes another save.
Just a great stop, patient. You know, as a goalie, you sit on that pipe. You kind of know if you're not giving up the top, they're going to go down low.
Ooh, Cardula, look out.
Good composure by UMass.
13-11 makes it interesting.
I wonder how the goalies can see the ball now, right? We're kind of in dusk right now, and using a white ball.
Yeah, it's kind of like those playoff games in the Bronx, right? Like seventh inning of one of those like 4 o'clock starts. A little bit hard to see the baseball. Look at Kurtz, just wide.
Couple opportunities by UMass where they've just missed the net on some really good moves.
Yeah, a little bit over-aggressive there with the short sticks from Penn. Charles just changed direction twice.
Now Waxman will feed one more to Johnson. This is a must-have right now if you are UMass. Pass hits the carpet, and there is Vidaro, a vacuum cleaner.
Look at him running. He wants one. There he is.
What a look.
Vidaro saved by Salinger.
Listen, as soon as he passed it, he was on a full sprint.
You knew he wanted one.
UMass the other way.
Says, I can't let have the Chaminade guy have all the fun.
Pole goal! Obel! He says, I see you, Dante, and I raise you one.
Man, he deserves it, right? He's had a heck of a fourth quarter, knocking passes down. That's been the spot, right, Coach?
Yeah,
stick side high.
Yeah.
Another trailer situation.
Yeah, you've been calling that all game.
Is this any good?
I mean, that's how, UMass kind of has to have a couple of those juice plays, as Dylan mentioned before, to really get back in this and try to tie it up.
Zach Albel, he had 5 assists on the year, but he gets his first goal.
You know, and Penn did everything right? They did. Transition, they got the Vidaro, got a great shot, great save.
Well, here's a problem. Vidaro didn't go BTB. He already has 2 goals that way. Big GB, and it goes UMass's way with Morse. Morse harassed. Great timeout called by Kyle Smith.
Timeout, UMass.
You had to call it there. You hate to call it there. You'd like to save it, but you had to call it. Like I said, it's a great timeout.
And we'll take it with them as well. 3:19 left in regulation. The Dailers Lacrosse Classic living up to its name here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Back here at Howitt Middle School. What a game that we have here. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, Greg Cannella, and our entire Varsity Media crew. Are you not entertained? 2-goal game, 3:19 left. UMass with the ball. This has lived up to its billing as a classic.
Well deserved, right? Defendini and Dennis Kelly, great job getting this game here. You deserve a great game versus two teams that have a strong Long Island fan base.
Here's Johnson. Tries to shed that check.
Yeah, trying to see if it's man or zone.
They've been doing like a combo.
Yeah, it's
right?
like a hybrid. They're
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
sliding adjacent and like replacing far.
You got to move the ball, move your body here. You got to like cut back like Dylan's doing now.
Denying touches for Johnson.
Kurtz off the bar.
Yeah.
Great save, pipe, combo.
2 hands.
Cargiulo gets it. What a big GB. How about another from Matty?
Yeah, it's where, you had to call it. Having no timeouts is tough.
But now Penn comes away after that scrum.
It's a great check by Vidaro and ground ball at the same time.
He does it all. He's slick, sophomore.
Tremendous player.
Last year he played 10 games, more of like a man down role. To go from a man down role to the best cover guy in a year, that's impressive.
It just shows you what kind of kid he is, how hard he's worked, how he's prepared for this time.
Yeah, it was a football captain, lacrosse captain at St. Anthony's.
We've done a few of these games, right? We were over at Chaminade for Harvard and Marquette, and the St. Anthony's guys showing up in their return to the island.
Yep, those guys are everywhere. A tremendous program.
Pretty good one in Will Manny, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Brendan Schroeder.
Final 13 of the shot clock here.
Must save coming up.
Approaching the final minute. Wow. BTB by Martin goes wide. Smart too, right? It came right at the end of the shot clock.
Like you said, Soaps, probably only 1-2 possessions here left for UMass if they gonna want to tie it up here. Got to score early and then win the draw.
Cargiulo has got to go here with 43. To X. Auble again.
Oh.
Wide of the far post. He'll come out for Kurtz. 37 seconds remaining. Big time save by Palat.
Palat's made 2 big ones here at the end of this game.
Palat and Ryan Sullivan, number 42, had great nights. Sullivan, he was covering here on Bagnell. You haven't heard anything from Bagnell all night.
He started all 14 games last year. Ryan Sullivan usually guards the 2 or the 3, but super dependable. Hats off to Coach Aikida on that
great win
defense.
for Penn. Yep.
A very well played game.
And that's the way this one ends, with Penn beating UMass 13-11. The Gorillas, they battled, they fought, they tried to get themselves back in. They got it to 2 goals here late, but ultimately it was Penn that held on to that lead, and they get the win here at Howitt Middle School, 13-11. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have our player of the game when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Brennan O'Neill, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Back at Howitt Middle School, it is Penn that comes away with the 13-11 win over UMass, and it was quite a homecoming for Garden City's own Quinn Ball, joined now on the field by our Thomas Gamba.
It sure was a great homecoming for Quinn Ball, Dylan. Quinn, your team faced a lot of resilience today, a challenge from UMass, ton of scoring runs. What did this win show you about your team?
I mean, I think it just shows that, you know, nothing can stop us when we play our game. I believe the only team that beat us this year is ourselves. So, you know, coming out here, making a statement, our last regular season game, you know, feels really good.
And Quinn, how about your own performance? 20 for 28 here on the island. You're from Garden City, playing in front of all your family and friends. How awesome was this for you?
Yeah, you know, it's awesome, but, you know, like 10 of those wins are credits to my wings. You know, the wing play was phenomenal, as it has been all year. So, you know, all credit to those guys.
And what are your plans going to be for tomorrow? Your playoff berth in the Ivy League is on the line. You need Yale to lose to Brown and Harvard to beat Cornell. Are you guys going to be on the couch just watching the games? And what are the plans like?
Yeah, you know, I think we'll definitely be together as a team watching those games, hoping for the best. You know, we're going to control the controllable and just see where the chips lie from there.
All right, good luck, Quinn. Thanks on the interview and great performance. Back up to you guys.
Gamba, the couch? Quinn's going to be in the gym. What are we talking about here? He'll be on the bike watching it on an iPad. But congratulations to Quinn Ball and to Penn. They improved to 7-6 on the season, hoping this is not the end of their year. And UMass, they are now 10-5 on the year as we pull up, guys, some final stats from this one.
It was a great game. It came down to a couple saves, a couple failed clears. Just, you know, that's what lacrosse is, right? Sometimes you gotta play close to a perfect game if you're losing possession, especially at the face-off X, and just kind of ran out of it. UMass showed some heart, but Penn was just solid all game, connected defensively, and they shared the ball on offense. 34 shots to 35. It's, you know, to lose that many face-offs and to even the shots, that's a good thing. We had a great goalie battle between two super sophomores, and both teams minimized their turnovers in the second half. But you know, both teams, I hope their season continues.
Yeah, well-played game. I mean, a little bit turnovers on both sides, as you mentioned, more in the first half, but they settled down, both teams, and played really, really hard, and that's what you want to see in a game. And I think Penn's athleticism kind of took over in the stretches where they pushed the lead from to 6-1 and from to 10-5. So, but UMass kind of fought back, but Penn persevered.
What a fun day here at Howitt Middle School, the latest edition of the Daler Lacrosse Classic. The boys from Penn and from UMass, late regular season, they're selling out. Davis Provost, 3-3 on the day for him. And how about a career day from Grayson McClemens, 2-1 for him. UMass, you knew they were going to come back. You knew they were going to fight and claw. But ultimately, it would be too much. Penn on the day as the Quakers come away with a 13-11 win as a late save seals it by Jack Palat. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Chris Sweeney, Kevin Catalanato, Jeff Damo, Pablo Pachucho, bringing you all those great moving images, Becca Kazaks making sure we get everything that we needed to get in. Great job by her, and for my broadcast partners, Brian Soper and Greg Cannella. Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Farmingdale. We look forward to seeing you next time. Hey, forgot Thomas Gamba. Shout out to Gamba as well.
Syracuse.
We'll see you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.